Hi, I'm Tom Spell and you're watching Behind the Music. In this series I will give you facts, stories and other information all about my music. So let's start. In this first series of Behind the Music, I want to tell you about the 4 stages of music production that I go through when I produce my music. The first stage I want to talk about is the songwriting stage. In this stage, to me it's all about what do I want to sing about, what is the song going to be about, what are the lyrics, and how will the song be arranged. Sometimes I start with the lyrics, sometimes I start with the music, sometimes I start with a theme in my head. Every time it's a little bit different. Sometimes it's like there's a cool riff, a cool guitar riff, or a cool melody, and then I think about something lyrical that fits to that. Besides the lyrics, it's all about arrangement in this stage. It's which instruments will I use, and I will be already thinking about the mixing stage, later stage, at this point, because I have to look that I don't use too many elements and instruments that will overlap each other in its frequencies later. So I try to write the song in a way that the mixing later will not be too hard for me, so that there are not so many elements that will be disturbing. Another thing I look out in this stage is the key of the song, so that I'm comfortable singing in this particular key, and of course the tempo. I just take a look, how will it sound when I play it faster, how will it sound when I play it slower. And these are some of the key elements that I determine in this stage. Yes, and sometimes at the end of the songwriting stage I will make a rough recording so that I can see how will it sound in general, but it's just a rough recording, so I don't put too much effort in it. It's just a rough recording. What I also do in the songwriting phase is that I compose all the virtual instrument parts, so like the orchestra, like a piano or a cello part. I compose it and I already play it into the computer so that the MIDI files all stand, and later in the second phase I just can record them from MIDI onto the hard drive. The second stage is the recording stage. In this phase I record all the vocals, all the guitar parts, all the bass guitar parts, and I record the virtual instruments by bouncing them on the computer on my hard drive. The main things I do there is leveling. I have to look that the recordings are all on the right levels, not too loud, not too soft. And another thing that is very, very important in this stage and takes up a lot of work is the comping process. That means of all the recordings I make, I always choose the best parts and take it into the next stage, which is the mixing stage. In the mixing stage, I look that every element of the song sounds the right way. That means I start with the leveling. How loud do I want the different parts to be? Normally I just make like a prioritization. I say what are the 3 key elements to me of the song, which are the most important elements, and then I say, okay, it's the drums, the vocals, and perhaps the guitar. And then I will make the drums the loudest and fit the vocals in, perhaps even a little bit louder, the guitar a little bit below that, and all the other elements, they come after that. And I look out that they won't interfere with these 3 main elements that I chose to be the highest priority. So And next to the leveling, very important is EQing, of course. So when there are several elements, their frequencies will overlap. And by EQing, I can make sure that the most important frequencies of the different instruments can be heard and are present. So this is very important to give the several instruments the presence I want them to have. Another thing is compression. It's very important too, so they have stable signals which I can work with. So that's what compression is mainly for. Sometimes it also does a lot for the sound, but for me the most important part is stabilizing the signal so that I can use it. And another thing I have to do in this stage is panning the instrument, so how far will they be in the left or on the right, and 3D positioning, that means putting reverb or a delay on the sound. And another thing is perhaps saturation, like a tape plugin or anything like that. And if I want to do other effects. So that's what I do in the mixing stage mainly. After that comes the last stage. It's the mastering stage, which is all about optimizing the sound. In the mixing stage, I made sure that every element sounds the way I want it to sound in the mix, in the whole mix. And the mastering makes sure it looks at the sound as a whole and optimizes the sound in a way so that it's ready for release. At the moment, this is the only stage I don't do on my own, because I think it's quite good if another set of ear and another set of gear is used for this stage in particular. So these are the 4 stages of music production that I use. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Maybe if you are a musician, tell me about your stages of your music production process. I hope I will see you again in the next video. Until then, bye.